Hi, everybody. Welcome. It's Wednesday night, and I'm here to say hello and to show you how I'm going to make this invertebrate bracelet. But first, I want to say happy spring because today is the first day of spring. And I am super thrilled. I'm looking out my kitchen window. I'm super thrilled that we seem to have dodged the storm. It's like it was we had a predicted storm, and it looks like it is passing us by, and I'm very happy about that. And I know there's some of you out there who are getting this storm, and I'm sorry, but we've had so many. I'm so done with winter. Anyway, hi Allison, hi Mark, nice to see you guys. So let's get started. Like I said before, I'm making what is called an invertebrate bracelet, and an invertebrate, as you probably well know, is an animal without a backbone. So hence the name invertebrate. So this bracelet is, of course, my spirals, because it has to have spirals, but I'll just try to show you. It is it has a lot of movement to it, and it's really a fun bracelet to wear because it moves around a lot, and it's really fun. So let's get started. I'm going to show you how I make this, and yeah, so let's get started. All right, so I've already cut out 6 inches of wire, my wires, and there's about 14 links in this bracelet, so I've cut out 14 wires, and I have my S hooks here. I don't know if you can see them. Let me try to hold this up. Working on my camera angles. I'm not so good yet, but I'm getting there. You can see I have an S hook here. My link. I have the invertebrate links here, these guys. That's what that, well, let me hold it up like this. Maybe you can see it a little better. There it is. So that's the link. And then I also went ahead and made my clasp, and I made my little charm that I put on the ends of my bracelets. It's a spiral. Of course it's a spiral, right? All right, so let's get started. And Mark says, let's hear it for the snow. And he's hoping for the snow. The snow, yeah, we have a snow hole. That's right, it's a snow hole. We're in a snow hole, which is what we were in the last time we had a storm. So we're happy about the snow hole. Weirdness. Anyway, all right, so let me get started with this, the link, making my invertebrate link. So I'm gonna take my baling pliers, and I look for the center of, hey Nancy, hi, nice to see you. Take the center of my wire, and with my baling pliers, the thicker end, I make a loop around the bail, and I try to actually get it in the middle as best I can, and then I continue to wrap the wire around the plier like so. Okay, so that's the beginning of it. Then the ends they need to be filed. But sometimes I don't like to file because I don't like how it sounds or feels. I'm kind of quirky that way. So I use my pliers, the end of my pliers, and I smooth the wire down just enough to get the burrs off of it. So it's not, nothing sticking up, nothing can get caught on it. It's just one of those little fussy things that I do when I'm making jewelry. Everybody has their little quirks, I suppose. Okay, I won't fuss too much. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make a loop. Now it's up to, the main loop is facing down. So I want the, I'm going to start the spiral loops facing up. So I'm going to bend it in towards me. And I try to get the closest to the end of my plier as I can so that I get a nice tight loop. So just got that one going for already, and let's get this one. Okay, got my loops going. Okay, now I'm going to start my spiral and straighten the wires out a little bit. All right, I've started, start by making a little teeny tiny impression, and so start my bend there, and then I just keep on keeping on, keep bending until I get to where I want it to be. So okay, this is super wonky, but that's okay. I'm demoing. It's fine. Okay, and now start this one, my little start there, and if anybody has any questions for me, throw them at me. I like to answer questions. Hi, Maya. Hello, Gail. Nice to see you. All right, so now I've got the spirals. I need to put this against the back here so you can see how it's come out. So there you have, that's the beginning. That's one of the links. Okay, that was kind of fast, I know, and it does go quickly. It's a really quick process, and I like it. I like that about it. Normally at this point, I would take my trusty mallet and pound it down a little bit, and I would also take my chasing hammer and on my little bench block. I love this little mini bench block, and I would hammer the spirals down at this point, and to give it texture, to flatten it, and then I would go back in with the other side of the hammer. You know, this is the flattening side, and then I would go in with the side of the hammer, and I would make little dimples to give it some more texture. But last week, when I was watching the video back, I realized that when I was pounding, that this, you know, it makes the screen jump. So I was like, I think that maybe I'll leave, you know, me pounding out this week. So I'm not going to do that. But that's what I would do next. And I do that on each link as I go along. And of course, I cut everything out ahead of time, get everything set up so that I can kind of just go for it when I feel like sitting down and working on it. So now I just go in with my plier again, and I just adjust the spirals a little bit and bend them down a little bit. I don't think this was the plier I started out with. Where's that plier go? Oh, here it is, right in front of my face. Actually, I made this loop a little bit too big, so I am going to adjust it on the pliers that I make it on at this point. And I would also, I'm going to go in and bring my spiral in a little bit more. It's just a little bit wonky, so I'm going to bring it in. And you can kind of see what I'm doing there. Kind of see that. And then I take it and I bend it down. Thanks, Regina. Nice to see you. Hi, Sean. Okay, so then I bend I bend it down just a little bit to form that. I want it to be a little bit curved so the bracelet, you know, will form on the arm nicely. So I'm going to do a couple more, and see if anybody has any questions for me while I'm making it, and use the right plier this time. Where'd it go? They're so elusive, these pliers. They have a life of their own. Okay, so again, I take the wire and I find the middle, and I bend it over the plier. This is just my needle nose plier that I normally use to do this project. And then I see that the sides are a little bit off, so I really want my loop at the top to be really formed nicely. So it has, you know, everything will look very uniform at the end. Hi, Denise. Nice to see you. Okay, I'm going in again with my pliers and just smoothing out those ends. To the other side. Okay, and now like before, make sure that I just want to make everything, make sure that it's straight, the wire's nice and straight. Okay, and take my pliers again and make that loop towards me. And then I take the other loop. Same thing, okay? And start my spiral. Now, normally what I do is at this point, I go in a little bit and take my plier and I squeeze the center because I like it to be tight in the middle. I like my spirals tight in the middle. So I do that. And then I'll continue on. I don't know if you all know this, but not only are spirals my signature thing, but I also have a spiral tattoo on my finger, right there, a little spiral tattoo. It wasn't enough that I, you know, have spirals in all my jewelry and my artwork, but I had to have it on my body too. So there's that. Starting the second one. And this wire is soft. It's a soft wire, so I don't have to worry about annealing it, which is nice, that I can work with it, you know, without heating it up. So I'm going to put it on my plier again and just form it a little bit, make sure it's where I want it to be, and make sure it's the same length as the other ones, which it is. And so I have another one done here. So I think that being that I made 2 of them already, I'm going to go ahead because I have a bunch of them here and I want to start putting this bracelet together. I'm very eager to do that. So I'm going to go ahead, and I am on a I'm calling it a tear. I'm on a bracelet tear, making because they're so fun to make, and I love working with wire so much, and you know, metal, and it's, you know, I just love the sculptural quality of it all. So when I get on a tear, as I say, it's just, I could go for, you know, a couple of weeks just doing bracelets, which I might, because next week I have another design that I want to show you. And so you'll have to come back and tune in to see it. I won't give you a sneak peek. It's over here on the desk, but I won't show you now because I really want you to be, I want you to come back and watch while I make it. Let's see. Sean says, do you smooth the ends before wrapping the spirals? Yes, I do. I smooth them down. I can file them. I have a big file. I have lots of files, but this is the main one I use. And I will file the edges down. But sometimes I don't like the feeling of the file on the metal. So I will take the edge of my plier, and it's just round. They're round. So I just take it and I, just smooth it down. But yes, I normally do smooth the ends down before I start my spiral. And does the spiral have a special meaning to you? Yes, it does. It is kind of hard to explain. It's just one of those intuitive things that I'm drawn to it, and I really can't explain why. I don't know if it's the shapes, the fact that you can, it spirals in and it can come back out. I'm not really sure what it is, but there is I guess there is a meaning for me, but I can't articulate it right at the moment. I'll think on it though. All right, so I am taking did I start doing this and was talking and didn't tell you what I was doing? Anyway, all right. So I started, I'm going to add the links now. So I took my S links, these little babies. I don't know if you could see them before, but it's just a Circle 8 Infinity S hook, whatever. Go. All right. And I opened them, and I'm putting the second one on, and open them. Okay, these little guys can be slippery. Wire really does have a mind of its own sometimes. Hi, Pat. Nice to see you. Got all my people here. I love it. Okay, so now I can close them both up. All right. And now that one is attached. And I love attaching these with the S links, because it really gives it a lot of, see how that's moving around. It's like a charm bracelet of spirals, and but better. I think it's cool. I like it. So shall I add some more? I'll add a couple more. Let's just do a couple more, and then I have some show and tell for you. So you've been waiting to see the progress, and I have the finished piece tonight. So I want to show it to you in a little bit. And I'm going to show you some bracelets that I've been working on this week. I haven't managed to get back to them yet to get them on the next step of them, but I will. All right. There we go. Get that on there. Okay. And then I have to open up the top two. All right, it went on. Ooh. I like it when it works. All right, so that's on there now. So it looks like I have not that much more to go, which is very promising. See how it's gonna move around tons, and yeah, so it's fun. So I have all the links here to finish it, and then I think I need to make some jump rings for my clasp. And you know what? I'm going to do that right now in front of you so you can see how I do my jump rings. I have some already made, but I'm going to show you just really quick how I do that. And I take my baling plier, and for this, I want my jump rings to be small. So I'm going to use my baling plier again, and I'm just going to take the plier and wrap the wire around it, just trying to make sure that it's nice and even, pulling it tightly, and then continuing around. I can show you better this way. Just continuing around the plier, but really pressing it in so that it forms a nice circle. So you get good jump rings. And the end is hard, but I take this plier and wrap it around it. Okay. Then take it off, and I take my trusty plier, cutters, a heavy duty cutter, and I look for a joint in here, a little bend, right next to the last wire, and I cut. And I get my little jump rings. That one's wonky. A lot of times I have to go back in and reform them on the plier individually just to make them, make them nice and round so they fit together. But that's pretty much it. I have my little coil of jump rings to them, so that when I get ready to put the clasp on, it'll go on nicely, and then the spiral will also go on. I'm going to go ahead and do that because I want to show you. And I think I have to reform this one a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Sean. All right. In the interest of time, let's just pretend that they're perfectly shaped. And because they're not, and I don't want to show you how wonky they really are, but they're really wonky. So I'm just going to take them and open it back up, stick it where I want the clasp to be, and where that? Oh, here it is. This doesn't even resemble a jump ring. I don't know what it resembles, but I'll fix it later. Okay, so I've got the jump rings on, and then I'm going to take my little clasp that I made earlier, open that up. Oh, I don't have to open it. I get ahead of myself sometimes. Okay. Okay, now my clasp is on. Okay, so now you see I've got my clasp. Got my clasp on, and I have my little spiral charms that I made, and I want to put it probably on the first jump ring. So it will look nicely when it's on, and it'll, you know, have its own little moment. Okay, so now, can you see it? There we go. The little charm is on, and the bracelet is pretty much done. And that's gonna, what's also nice about this bracelet is either side is just as nice as, you know, you can wear it on either side pretty much. So yeah, that is, oh, no, actually, no, you can't. I take that back because they are formed. They're, each one of the spirals is formed down a little bit so that it will conform to your arm, you know, to the wrist. So I take that back. You can't wear it on either side, but that's how it looks. And I only have a few more to finish the bracelet. And then the next step will be to put it in the tumbler and get it all cleaned up. Now, earlier today, hi, Muktasim, nice to see you. Earlier today, I was talking to my sister Sean, and she asked me a really good question, and I'm going to answer her question again for her and for everybody else online. And the question was, what happens when you, what does tumbling do to the jewelry? Because I've been mentioning, you know, about putting pieces in the tumbler. So let me explain. So what tumbling does is it cleans the piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in the tumbler. The tumbler has metal shot in it, and it's like little pellets. They're little pellets, and they're steel, and they're in the bottom of it. And you put the piece in, and it cleans. It cleans the metal. It polishes. It cleans off. I tumble my pieces several times because the first tumbling is to clean. So this will go in the tumbler. It'll get cleaned up. It'll take all the oils and dirts from my hand and the pliers and stuff, and it'll shine it up really nice. And then I go in and patina it. I put the darkening agent on it, which is patina, and it'll darken it. So then I put it back in the tumbler again to take some of that off, and to you know, to because I want some of the patina to come off to shine it, so the copper will come through. And then, you know, several more times to harden the metal. So tumbling, basically, it cleans, it polishes, it takes off burrs and, you know, any scratches from my pliers as I'm working. It takes all of that out, smooths it all out, and it work hardens the metal so that the metal becomes nice and firm. As you see, this hasn't been in a tumbler, and these links are pretty firm as they already, but it'll be nice and sturdy, and this bracelet will last a really, really long time. So that's what tumbling is, and I hope that was clear. I have my tumbler down in the basement. Oh, I just noticed that I put some of them on the wrong way. Cool. I'll have to go in and change it. Oh, well. I have my tumbler in my basement, and it's always going. Some people also, tumblers are also used in lapidary to polish stones. The beautiful crystals and things that you see in the stores, and you'll see me using, they've been put in an industrial tumbler and shined up, and, you know, to bring out the beauty of the stone, because when the stone first is cut, it's just rough. It doesn't look like anything, so it has to be polished. And same thing for the jewelry pieces. They have to be polished to bring out the personality. So that's pretty much it for the invertebrate bracelet that I'm working on. And it'll be finished, it'll be tumbled, it'll be patinaed, and I will take the pictures and get it on my website as soon as I can. And it will be for sale as soon as possible. And I want to show you some, oh, you know what? I got to show you last week's finished bracelet. Bracelets, I should say, because I had fun. I had the two, and I was only working on one of them. So for the video, but let me show the video one first. Okay. So this is the one I did for the video. I am going to attempt to put this on today. This is the link that I was working on. And just show you really quick. That's how it came together. Okay. And then I'll show you the back of it, how that looks. So that's pretty much the link that I worked on last week and how I finished the one leaf bracelet. And then I went ahead and did another one because I couldn't stop myself. Oh, good question, Maya. Do I have any upcoming shows? I've applied for some shows, and I won't tell you what they are yet because, you know, it'll be fun to announce that later. But yes, I do have upcoming shows, and I'll be announcing those later on as the season goes on. So, okay, so this is the second one that I did, and I did this is a double infinity loop that I did, bracelet, links, I should say, that I did, and I got carried away, like I said, and I went ahead and made this bracelet. Oh, it's upside down. I want to show you that it's the clasp and the spiral at the end. So there's that one. And that's the same link that I did on this leaf bracelet. And then here is the double infinity that I made. And that one goes, doesn't go, but that one is similar to the finish on the second leaf. And then I went a little bit more crazy. And I had to do a regular spiral one. So I did that too. So those are three that I worked on this past week, or the five, I should say, that I worked on this past week. And yeah, and they will be finished, tumbled, the whole process that I was talking about earlier. They'll be put in the tumbler, they will be patinaed, and they'll be ready to go on my website in the next probably week or so. But now I want to show you, well, first, let's back up to Black Panther. So, hey, Jesse, nice to see you. A couple of weeks ago, everybody remember that I was working on my inspiration necklace, which was inspired by the movie Black Panther, and still haven't been able to find the necklace that inspired this necklace. So we won't even reference that anymore. This now is my inspired necklace. And I've been thinking about names and trying to come up with a name for it. And I was tossing around Princess Shuri or the princess, or I even thought about like the Wakanda necklace, you know, whatever. But it's so loosely based on it. It's really, you know, what I came up with, so whatever. I think the name will be The Princess. And I'm going to show it to you now. So hang on. All right. Here it is. that's the princess. Hey, Barry, nice to see you. Here's the princess. So just try to position it so you can see it. What do you guys think? Yeah. So this is the princess. I think, you know what? I'm going to try it on. I'm going to show you how it looks on me. Okay. All right, so here we go. Right now, okay, there we go. It's a little bit of adjusting, but there we go. Thanks, Allison. I love asymmetrical asymmetry as well. And all right. Using the video as a mirror just does not work, okay? That's what I'm trying to, like, whatever. Anyway, so this is the necklace, and I can fiddle with it. There we go. There. Okay, so now it's in the center, and you see the top. I don't know if you can see how on this side, how the spiral kind of comes around and goes up. So yeah. Hi, Maria. Hi, Claire. So this is the princess. And the princess will be available on my website, jbaskervilledesigns.com. She'll be available in a couple of days as well on the website. You know what I wanted to, that's something I wanted to tell you, that this one I had to, I was talking about before, I was talking about the tumbler and how, the tumbler cleans and polishes and everything. Well, this piece is so big that it doesn't fit in my tumbler. So I had to hand polish. And I have these polishing papers that I use to do like fine polishing on pieces like this, because, anything like I consider this one of my statement pieces. So a piece like this, I'd have to hand polish it, and that's what I did. I spent most of the afternoon trying to get a nice polish on it. I don't think I'm going to put a patina. I like the natural, the copper look on it, and so I'm going to keep the copper, as it is, and I just trying to show you a little bit of the detail, if you can see it a little bit. But that's it. So that's the princess. She's all done, and she will be available on my website, jbaskervilledesigns.com. And that's it for tonight. Thanks for watching, and come back next week. I will be making another bracelet, and probably a few more to show you. And also, be sure to stop in on my website every now and then, because I'm always updating and putting new pieces on there. So just be sure to keep an eye on my website, jbaskervilledesigns.com. And I will see you guys next week. Stay warm, stay safe. Bye-bye.